Hey guys, Adrian here, and today we're going to be talking about iPhone rumor roundup, the latest to come iPhone, whether it's going to be iPhone 5, iPhone 6, or more dubbed, the more acclaimed rumor right now is the new iPhone. Much like the third generation iPad, they just claimed it the new iPad to signify to customers that this is the latest version of the iPad. While technically it is the third generation, this is the newest iPad, so they're calling it the new iPad. My guess, if I was to put my money on it, either it's going to be called the iPhone 5 or the new iPhone. You know, the iPhone 6 is kind of more out there in terms of rumor, in terms of a naming scheme. There's not much, talk about that more than there is iPhone 5 and or the new iPhone. As you know, we went from 4 to 4S, which is much like a 4.5 version, much like the 3G to the 3GS was. So let's talk about the rumors again. Mind you, these are rumors. So first off, let's talk a little bit about design. 9 to 5 Mac has been one of the most exclusive blogs to talk about the latest design and what's possibly a new leak of the design. You know, earlier in the year we expected a design that was going to be flat. Maybe we're adapting back the teardrop shape of the former iPhone 3G and 3GS with a more sleek design. A lot of rumors have dropped out now, leaked pictures that this is most likely what we're going to be seeing in terms of internals of the iPhone. Something very similar to this with a sleeker, thinner set of, a thinner phone, but a little bit taller than the current 4S and 4. But about 20% thinner is what we're speculating right now. Lighter material, more space saved from components, or cutting down dock connectors, or cutting down some other things, moving components around. SIM card tray has even been, altered a little bit. This is, again, the inside, the components of the front. The back is expected to look like this. We're seeing more and more with the hardware that it's probably going to be a flat back, much like the 4S and 4, with a little bit of design changes in terms of material. So some other design changes, again, we're talking about the micro dock connector. This is pretty sure as of right now that Apple is looking to cut the 30-pin dock connector in half. Not necessarily 15 pins, but cutting it down in size to save a lot of more room for components. So the 30-pin dock connector at the bottom of your all iPhones or iPods traditionally takes up a good amount of space. This will allow more space for speaker and microphone input, along with just saving space in terms of inside componentry. You're cutting down the thing, still providing the same charge. We're also going to see rumors about Gorilla Glass. Gorilla Glass 2 is a really, really durable, flexible strength of glass. It's a glass that's been used on some other phones, some Windows-based phones, etc., some Android-based phones, and a lot of other technologies where this glass is really, really strong, can withstand a couple hits or drops. We're looking at Apple to possibly be integrating this into their phone. This would, if they do decide to go the glass route, this would strengthen the phone's durability and provide a little bit more assurance in terms of, it being dropped, etc. Some other design changes are being talked about but aren't, fully positive. There is a talk about a material that Apple patented not too long ago called liquid metal being used in the iPhone's back with a teardrop-like shape. 4-inch screen has also been talked about. Most likely we're going to see a 4-inch screen diagonally with a 16:9 resolution. Right now, currently the iPhone is running at 4.3 resolution, or 4:3 resolution, which is pretty standard def. So we're most likely going to see that Retina display really shine with a 4-inch diagonal screen, high-res screen, and obviously a wide screen angle or aspect ratio with 16:9 to let that Retina display really display its true colors and really vibrant experience. So with that, along with hardware, there is software. iOS 6 is a big talk that's really going to make this iPhone what it is. And there's a lot of rumors speculating with iOS 6. There's obviously talk about Maps. Google Maps is going to be reworked as Apple is starting to drop Google Maps and adapt its own little system of a company they bought, incorporating what they are, really, really looking to push is 3D maps, providing 3D scales of maps rather than your traditional view. You would get a really detailed 3D views of structures, buildings that you can rotate around, zoom in on, get really close in detail. This is what Apple's going to be looking to replace their whole map system with. iOS 6 is going to overhaul notifications. Tim Cook recently talked about at D10 about big improvements to Siri. So Siri is still in beta as of right now, but we're probably going to see in iOS 6 probably it coming out of beta, introducing a lot of new features, introducing it to tie with stuff like Facebook, Twitter possibly, etc. All these tweaks and workarounds we have to work to get to post to these other social networks. We're sure that Siri is going to see a lot of improvement, new engines added to it, much like Wolfram Alpha, and a lot of bugs, etc. worked out. Hopefully we also hope to see a whole iOS overhaul in terms of design. Their standard 4 icons with the rows, etc. gets a little bit boring after a while. We're hoping to see live widgets integrated along with, multitasking fix, you know, a little bit more better implementation of multitasking, a more free way to customize your icons, folders, etc. Along with, you know, again, notification center getting its buffs, and all these other stock apps that they tend to include to get a little bit of improvement. Alright, so summing it all up here, other stuff that has been talking about in terms of rumor. We're hoping to see the new iPhone 5, something very similar to this. Not necessarily this design, mind you, this is the 4S, but something with a flat base and a front and back with an improved front-facing camera. We're hoping to see that in 720p. Definitely the 1080p camera in the back will be worked on to, you know, provide better with lenses and all of that. So we'll see better quality video, hopefully on the back and front in terms of hardware. A more durable material and glass, either with Gorilla Glass or liquid metal, encasing the phone. So it's going to have that flat but really, really durable type design. It's going to be thinner. It's definitely going to be, what do you call that? Taller. They're saying taller, and because with the 4-inch screen diagonally, it's going to be a little bit taller. Again, much more durable. Still, even though with all the components added, lighter. Obviously, we're going to see it being faster, thinner, more efficient. We're going to see it having an improved CPU, whether that's, you know, the A5, A6, whatever processor they're going to be on, an A5X. The improved processor speeds on the iPhone, probably doubling the iPhone 4's speeds. You know, improving the graphics by however much, tenfold. The graphics will surely be up to date with iOS 6, and you know, the new applications are to come. I'm sure the newest iPhone will have improved graphics along to run with its CPU. Also, it's been talked about that there's going to be an extra gig of RAM incorporated in the phone, so we're going to see, you know, flying performances in terms of memory, much more fluid experience. Again, the new iOS 6, we hope to see stuff like this with live widgets, etc. And overall, it's going to be a fluid phone. It's going to be hopefully a more customizable and flexible phone. And definitely, like Apple always does, it's going to be something that's going to standardize, take your, you know, standards and make a whole new trend out of it. It's going to revolutionize the phone market as usual. Apple only, you know, refreshes its iPhone market every now and again, and it's going to be something revolutionary. Whether they call it the new iPhone, the iPhone 5, it's going to be a high-res, fast, thin, efficient mobile phone to carry around. Other than that, it's going to be a great camera. It's going to be a great gaming device. It's going to have its you know, new OS packed onto it, so we're going to see a lot of great stuff, and hopefully, you know, we're going to see this iOS kind of tie in with the Mac, so you're going to have stuff like iCloud and all of this and being improved on as well. So these are the rumor roundups on the new iPhone 5, whatever you want to call it. Hope you guys enjoyed.